Hello, everyone. I am Emily Gibbons, and I'm here to talk a little bit about the Center for Effective Reading Instruction, or sometimes people refer to it as CERI. No, not the CERI that's in your phone, but the one through the International Dyslexia Association. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about the site because I noticed something new on there that I hadn't recognized before at the time that I'm sharing this video. So just to sort of take you a little bit of a step back, the Center for Effective Reading Instruction was created really to put forth, first of all, the knowledge and practice standards for teachers of reading, but also really to make sure that there were accredited programs out there so that if you did want to be trained in structured literacy methodology and approaches, that you could find quality instruction that were following a specific standard. So it's through the International Dyslexia Association. So if you go to the IDA website, you can click on that, but I've taken you here. And so this really is a section for educators, for professionals. So let's say you are perhaps new to wanting to be trained in structured literacy, or you have been trained maybe in something like Orton-Gillingham or Wilson for quite some time, but you'd like to be able to perhaps check out certain certification to have these credentials to be able to share them perhaps with your school district that you're working in, to let them know that you are highly trained in structured literacy, or perhaps on a resume, or to let families know, especially if you are in private reading intervention. So when I click on in the Center for Effective Reading Instruction, I'm just going to shrink myself down so you can see the site better than just my face. But if you just scroll down, it's broken into 4 sections. It's broken into the knowledge and practice standards. So that's the KPS. You definitely want to familiarize yourself with that because this is a resource that is basically outlining all of the knowledge and standards and skills that teachers should know if they are teaching in structured literacy programs or methodologies. And then there's the certification route, okay? And then accreditation and training. So training, you would go there if you were looking for specific training modules, things like that. All right, now if I go to certification, this is where you're going to find out that there are 3 levels of certifications with CERI. Okay. There are a series of guidelines that you will want to look through. So it says view our certification guidelines here. Definitely want to check that out. Okay. If you go further down though, you will see that the 3 levels may be a little hard to see, but this is why I'm here to sort of point them out. The first level is Structured Literacy Classroom Teacher Knowledge Certificate. So, for instance, let's say you took the classroom educator level training through Orton-Gillingham Academy, or through the week-long overview training through IMSI. You may qualify to apply for the Structured Literacy Classroom Teacher Knowledge Certificate. There are requirements here in red, the competencies, the things that you need to do, the role that you can play with having that credential, then the online initial application and renewal. Through CERI, yes, there is an annual online renewal. Some levels of certs will allow you to extend out that renewal over a couple of years, though, depending on the level of training you have. So the entry-level certification that you can get is the classroom teacher, structured literacy classroom teacher. As you go further down, so it says applications for graduates and certification holders from an IDA accredited program. So you can see, well, what's the list of IDA accredited programs? They're right there, okay, through higher ed or through independent organizations. And if you are applying there, the next level, so this is level 2, is structured literacy dyslexia interventionist or dyslexia practitioner. Okay, so there are requirements, once again, common roles and competencies, and this would be for someone, for instance, if they had gone through Orton-Gillingham Academy and completed the associate level of training. That would be one example. You could apply to be considered a structured literacy dyslexia interventionist. Okay. I will say at this level, this is a bump up from classroom teacher. You will want to look at the requirements. Typically, you would have to prove that you had completed some form of practicum that was supervised by someone trained in structured literacy methodology and so forth. Okay, so you have your online application, the renewal. You can also mail in if you don't want to apply online. If you apply online, it's pretty quick though. Okay, and then the final section here, so level 3, so this is like the highest one here, is structured literacy dyslexia specialist, formerly known as dyslexia therapist. Okay, so this is where I am at, just for a frame of reference. Once again, you have your requirements, common roles, competencies, your application and renewal, and so forth. At this level, we are talking about someone who may be at the certified level of training in Orton-Gillingham Academy. This would also be someone who may be an academic language therapist through an organization like ALTA. This may be someone who has completed all levels of certification in Wilson with the practicum. With this particular level, you would have to provide documentation of that practicum, of your coursework, and there is a test involved as well. I have taken it online. You don't have to take it in person. They did used to offer it in person, I think, and it might even just be like all online now. But there is, you do have to have a passing score for that exam. I have another video in my YouTube, on my YouTube channel, that you can check out on there about that exam. Really not bad, but definitely something that you do want to study and prepare for. So with these levels of credential through CERI, you are given a certificate. You can use a special badge, which is really nice. So you can put that badge on your, if you're sharing things on social media, on your website, maybe in an email signature, so that people know why, I'm sorry, not why, but know what your background is, what your training is. I personally encourage anybody who has an online store really to display that badge, display it proudly, because people really want to know and value the level of training that people have in structured literacy approaches. So let me know if this latest level, the structured literacy classroom teacher, is new to you. To me personally, it was new, and I had seen someone on Instagram post their badge that they had received from it. So I was really, really happy for them. And so I went hunting around on the CERI site, because I really only come here, it's pretty infrequent when I do. But I do come a few times a year to make sure that my application and is for renewal is updated and so forth. But let me know if you have seen some new updates to this site. Once again, this is the Center for Effective Reading Instruction. I am so grateful that the IDA has put forth really this site for teachers to really see, what are the standards of training for someone in structured literacy. And this is also so helpful if you are in an admin role and want to know what the types of trainings that someone in these roles would undergo. So let me know if you have any questions, but definitely worth going to the site and reading through. I would also love to know if you're in the process of perhaps applying for one of these certifications. So let me know that as well, and I wish you the best of luck. You can find all of my videos on YouTube. So appreciate it when you follow me. There's a new video every week, so be sure to follow so you can get that notification. And you can also find all of the Literacy Nest videos in the literacynest.com's video vault. All right, I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.